Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're all having a great and wonderful day. Well, unfortunately for me, I'm having a terrible day. Mostly due to the fact that my great old headset here or my mic stand is not working great, and I may have to go get another one. And that's my day. That's just great. That is just my day. See, just goes down. It's a tragic time. So, if you guys can't hear me very well, I apologize. I'm trying to get this fixed. I am only going to be able to get one video in today because of other things that have come up, but it's terrible. But let's get to the actual news here. What we have here is from the Post Millennial, pretty much in pretty much saying that the Jamie White has been brutally murdered from Infowars. It is not great. It is terrible, and I'm going to be going over it with you guys today. So first off, we have the Daily Mail. Now, the Daily Mail says horrifying new details and death of Infowars reporter Jimmy White as Alex Jones blames George Soros-backed DA. Says here, an Infowars reporter was murdered outside his home, was shot to death by an unknown assailant, according to his sister. Jimmy White was found mortally wounded outside his Austin residence around midnight on Sunday, in a slaying that Infowars owner Alex Jones blamed on Travis County's George Soros-backed DA. White's sister, Kelly Neal, said that although the investigation is in its early stages, it is not believed to be a targeted attack. My brother was shot. Someone was attempting to break into his car. We're not doing great. I'm trying to hold it together as best as I can for my dad. He can't really talk right now. Neal explained that her brother had recently become an uncle to her baby daughter as she broke down in tears while paying tribute to him. It was really great to watch him take on that role and be so loving and supporting. Our mother passed away 9 years ago, and I think he knew it was really hard for me not to have her be a grandmother. So he made sure my daughter was loved, and he made sure I knew I was supported. He was really great. Yeah. So this is what it is. Now, of course, Alex Jones has something to say about this, as he always has something to say about certain things. He thinks that obviously his that the DA is the one that is at fault here. So that being said, yeah, it's not great.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is 7:50 right now.
So, yeah. Again, they don't know what's going on. We don't know the suspects. I will say this, though, that this is something to do maybe potentially with Ukraine. But again, this is our alleged. Says Infowars reporter Jamie White brutally murdered outside his apartment on Sunday night. So, Austin Department officers responded to a high-priority emergency call at approximately 11:57 p.m. in the 2300 block of Douglas Street. Officers arrived about 2 minutes later and found White, a male victim with obvious signs of trauma. Investigation is ongoing, and authorities have not confirmed the nature of White's injuries or released information on potential suspects. This marks Austin's 8th homicide of the year. Read of this pretty early on in the investigation, and the homicide unit will be releasing more information as they're able. Now, Jamie White has gone out to say that he was on a Ukrainian list, or on a Ukrainian list here. He goes on to say that, this is before he passed, obviously, murdered. I'm on the Ukrainian enemies list due to my work at Infowars and with real Alex Jones on the Ukrainian proxy war. The group who compiled this list is tied to the U.S., State Department, USAID, CIA, and George Soros. And, it says name Jamie White, organization, person, all whatever, as like wiki website, Jamie White person, X, White is the Fury, connections, Infowars, statements, journalists at Infowars. Now, granted, we can't see exactly where this is showing here, where Jamie White was going off of this, and what have you. It's really quite concerning in every regard on what this is and what's been going on recently. And as I said here, if this is the case, right? If this is the case and Jamie White was murdered by anybody related to Ukrainian people on Ukrainians or a hit list or whatever, and this is the reason why he was killed, then I think that I'm going to say this as painfully and truthfully as I can say it. And if you people, Ukraine hates it, deal with it. I would let Russia annihilate Ukraine because you have decided to kill an American citizen and In that regard, you deserve every type of severe punishment that the U.S. would give you and whatever Russia would be having dealt with you. I would immediately cease all funding, post haste, make no deal, and put and sanction and do everything possible to Ukraine. Maybe even annex it. Right? This is what I would do, because you went out and killed a U.S. citizen. Now, granted, this is all alleged, right? This is all alleged. So obviously, I'm not going to go and do this stuff without actual vital information. We don't even know if it's really because of George Soros. We don't really know if it's not just because it's a random murder that from some random asshat, right? We don't know this. So let me make it painfully clear. I will not have to label Ukraine as I think it's a bad country, but I won't label Ukraine as doing something horrific like this until I have actual ample evidence, right? I mean, this is kind of obvious. Why would I go label Ukraine a bad place or blaming Ukraine for something that they didn't do without actual ample evidence? Because this is a massive thing, saying if somebody from Ukraine or whatever had somebody on a hit list, and then that person dies on their said hit list, and there is no actual proof of this happening other than, the only evidence that we have right now is that they were just on a hit list. So, I mean, that being said, it is what it is. But that's what we have here, right? It's kind of disgusting that this has been going on here, and on how Alex Jones is just, pretty much tearing it into this. I agree. I think this is bad. I think this is not good. We need to get to the bottom of it and see why this happened. We don't know why it happened or what have you, and I think it needs to stop. So without further ado, guys, this is what Alex Jones had to say about this.
You're not going to be.
As soon as I stop messing around, this is why I hate the players on this website, man.
You're not going to be protected in 800 plus cities and jurisdictions the Democrats run. They're monsters. And so to the globalist, and the same thing's happening in Europe and other areas, you murdered Jamie White. You opened the door. You created the climate. You created the conditions on purpose. George Soros, Alexander Soros, you murdered Jamie White. Joe Biden, you murdered Jamie White. Democratic Party, Hakeem Jeffries, Al Green, you murdered Jamie White. They are accomplices to the murder of a great American and Infowars longtime veteran reporter, Jamie White. And President Trump needs to point his finger at the Austin scumbag DA and say, you little monster, you are responsible. Jose Garza just as much as the person or people that murdered our reporter.
Now, granted, this is all alleged, right? This is all alleged. We don't know if this is really true or not, and we have to wait for more information comes out. Obviously, if the DA is part of this, we probably won't get that information, but hopefully we get enough information to clear the air. I'll try to keep up to date with this and see what's going on, but it's not looking good. It's not looking good, guys. And with this type of, we've been having too much violence in this country already as is, and I think it just needs to stop. I don't think I know it has to stop, and we're in a terrible spot. All right, guys, that's it for the video. Like, subscribe, share. As always, take care, my friends.